So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video we're going to be going through the top 5 best shields in Borderlands 3 right now. Guys, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise let's get straight into this video. So first up, no surprises, we have the Revolter. The Revolter is probably the best shield in Borderlands 3 and probably the best shield in Borderlands history. Comment in below if you agree. Guys, the Revolter is an absolute beast. It's a DLC 6 exclusive, so you need DLC 6 to get it, but you will get it from Sumo, which is in the first area of the DLC 6 Mysterious events. It's right at the end, so you need to go down and kill Sumo. In terms of the shield itself, it always has a shock element to it. It can also roll with absorb and all the other usual suspects. However, what you want to be looking for really is an anointment with action skill start. So with action skill start means that you will become shock enraged when you actually break the shield. When you are shock enraged, you get a 50% fire rate increase and a 200% bonus shock damage. It's absolutely insane. Imagine an ASC cranked up to 11. This will also apply to your action skills, melee, grenades, and weapons. So there is no reason why you shouldn't use the Revolter if you have action skills that you can spam all the time or use on a regular basis. This lasts for 15 seconds, so most of the action skills that you use on Vault Hunters now actually can be used again within 15 seconds. So, and in addition to that, if it breaks as well, you'll also become shock enraged. So it definitely is a top tier shield in Borderlands 3. Now up next we have the Super Soldier. Now the Super Soldier is specifically from the Vault card, so you're going to need Season Pass 2. However, this is not necessarily farmable. What you need to do is rank up your Vault cards, get keys, and then you can purchase the Super Soldier. Once you purchase it, the first one you get will be unanointed, but after that, subsequent will be anointed, of which you can then re-roll. Now, the special ability of the Super Soldier is that you will gain fire rate, ammo regeneration, and movement speed while full, and on shield form, you'll gain a protective barrier for 5 seconds. Now, this does synergize with action skill start, so you will always get that 5-second barrier when you proc your action skill start, but Gearbox has tweaked it a little bit so it can't be abused with said bloodletter like we have seen before. Now, you do get that nice little bit of ammo regeneration, which is obviously nice, but it's the movement speed and the fire rate which makes this stand out in my opinion. It obviously just makes a massive difference, particularly for Zane, who, you know, loves movement speed, and that fire rate just brings up that DPS to a lovely amount. Next on the list we have the Old God. So we're going back to DLC 2 here, and unfortunately you're going to have to farm the Heart's Desire. It can world drop within DLC 2 as well from any of the named bosses, but its dedicated drop is the Heart's Desire. Now, what sets this Old God apart from some of the other shields is that it gives you a 20% elemental damage to whatever the shield has rolled. So it cannot roll non-elemental, it can only roll all the other elements, but it will give you a 20% bonus damage in that element and a 25% elemental damage resistance. And this is really good for some of those Vault Hunters that can't spam the action skills. Now, most characters are going to use the Revolter like we've already said, but this is a great alternative. For example, Moze, if you're jumping into Iron Bear and you say, for example, you use the shock railguns, you can then use a shock elemental Old God and do extra damage. So the Old God is another alternative for those characters that can't actually spam their action skills. Up next we have the Inferno Wish. Now the Inferno Wish I think is a little bit slept on in Borderlands 3 because most people just use it on a single projectile. Now the special ability of the Inferno Wish is that it will add an extra projectile when the shield is not depleted. So it doesn't have to be full, it's just so you have shields. Now this is really effective with rocket launchers and snipers, just giving you a free extra projectile. But on some actual weapons like for example, the OPQ that has 2 projectiles, having that extra projectile on the OPQ can also be very, very beneficial when you consider how strong the weapon is, and it also is up most of the time. Now, the Inferno Wish is from Arms Race, so you're going to have to go into Arms Race to get it, but it is well worth the time. As you can see from the footage, if you sidestep just a little bit, you'll see that there is 2 projectiles being fired, and then couple that with, for example, here, the Plague Bearer. The Plague Bearer then has these multiple projectiles split off, and they're all doubled, so you can just do insane amount of damage. This Inferno Wish Mo's Plague Bearer combo is the one that I got Hemovorous kill in around 1 minute 50, so it is incredibly potent. Finally on the list, we have the Stinger. Now, there's no surprises here that the Stinger becomes one of the strongest shields on the game. Now, the Stinger's special ability is that despite its low capacity, it has a Nova on shield break, and this is a melee Nova. Now, this is the critical bit because the melee Nova, as we know, melee can be mayhem scaled. So you couple this with a melee themed build and you can do astronomical damage with this build. So, for example, this footage you see here is a build of mine called Stabberty Flak, which uses the Psycho Stabber to boost the melee and then splash damage on the Nova. And as you can see here, you just one tap tons and tons of enemies. Couple it with a 150 over 90 and you will just absolutely destroy it. Unfortunately, you can only get this from Anathema. It can come in a variety of elements as well. The non-elemental one is more prominent. You will get that more often. But if you see an elemental one, definitely pick it up, particularly if you see one in the Vault Card Diamond Loot Room. Definitely pick one up. It is one of the top shields in the game. Guys, that's it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing to the channel, or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise, I'll catch you on the flip.